cloud, and then let's see what happens. If something happens, then great. If something doesn't happen, it's great too. I keep hearing slow down. So I'm gonna just slow down. Just gonna be still, slow down. I now invite my higher self to be present and Sophia's higher self to be present. I now invite our angels to be with us in alignment. Whatever is spoken, may it be the truth. May it bring wisdom, love, light, and forgiveness to ourselves and to our brothers as we are one. Still keep hearing slow down, slow down. I think here in America, we have a very difficult time slowing down and waiting to be aligned to the earth, to source, to the energy that we need in order to create. Because we are taught the opposite of slowing down. We're taught to rush, make things happen. But if it's not divinely timed, then it won't happen until it's time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I see a garden. It's beautiful. It's flourishing. It's beautiful. It's colorful. It's green and lush. I see beautiful beaches near the garden. I hear the waves crashing on the shore. It's so peaceful here.
Where is this garden?
It is in that place near the kingdom of water. I remember coming here a lot, escaping from the place of the kingdom of water. It's interesting. When I was there, I wanted to leave and go somewhere else. And I guess that's my pattern. I am here. I just want to leave and go somewhere else.
What didn't you like in that place that you wanted to leave?
Everything was the same. I guess I needed some adventure, something different.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely an adventure. There's always something different.
Yes, there is.
As I walk around, I notice the beauty of the trees and the grass and the creatures. It's so loud and yet so still and quiet. I keep looking towards the kingdom of water, thinking, I guess I need to look towards the earth.
If you look at your body, and what are you wearing?
It's a gown. It's bright, crystalline robe. Looks like a beautiful gown, but it also looks like a robe all at the same time.
Are you
Even
wearing anything on your head?
flowers. I love flowers. They're beautiful. Pink, white roses. My hair is long.
Are you the only one on the island?
There's lots of creatures, insects, animals. I can hear them. They're working the lands. They're doing their job. I don't know why there's a sadness with me. I don't believe it. I don't understand. I'm walking in between the water and the earth, waiting. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for.
So you're the only human-like creature on the island?
Yes, I think we all create our little island. We have a choice to work with the land, live, or stay where I am in between.
Can anyone else besides you get to that island?
Yes,
Who?
beings of light, my guides, my dragon, my animal totems. They're constantly flying around. Anybody I let in, they will come.
Has it come to you why you're sad yet?
I don't think I want to see it. The moment I start tuning into it, I want to look towards the kingdom of water. I think that's what's keeping me from living in the island, building homes, creating in the island. I'm too busy trying to go back to the kingdom of water.
Is that where you were before?
I think so. I feel so heavy in my heart, but I know that I'm ready to create on the island. It's time. I just don't know how to say goodbye. And do I say goodbye?
You can always come back.
It would always be there, I guess. It's not time for me to go there. How do I say goodbye to it? The yearning to want to go back, the desire to walk the roads and the streets that I once walked before. How do I allow myself to create on the island and love every moment of it and be in peace? How do you say goodbye?
What's keeping you on the island?
Just to be here.
Mhm.
I need to create beautiful things. Stop burning away. Get my hands dirty, I guess. Like the creatures in the island. They're all working together systematically, offering servicing the earth. So beautiful. How would you say goodbye?
You don't have to say goodbye forever.
Then perhaps I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get to work. I love you. Perhaps I need to change my perspective. It is not a loss, but a new beginning.
Yes.
But I have to change the scenery in my heart. Every time I see it next to me, I yearn for it. So maybe I create something different next to the island. Instead of the kingdom of water, I see, I don't even know. The first thing that comes to mind is desert. I don't know if I want to be in a desert. Perhaps. Mm,
Outer
mm.
space.
Yes, I like that. We put my island surrounded by stars and moons.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That will help me create more on Earth. Stop looking at the water, even though I love it so much. And yet, it's heavy. For now, I'll create in space. And
Mm-hmm.
thank you, beloved.
Yes. Oh, that was so beautiful.
Whew, that was painful. Whew. All this time, I'm holding my heart. I guess I'll be grieving today. Didn't realize that was holding me back. A memory of a world of water.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Let it out.
Yeah, I will. I think I need to go for a long walk and just cry. I could only imagine what people think of me talking to my guide sometimes in the middle of nowhere, just having a conversation to myself. And then there are moments where I'm walking and I'm crying, or I'm driving and I'm screaming. This is spirituality.
Yes, not being afraid of emotions and letting them go.
Yeah. I remember the first time I allowed myself to feel again from being completely iced and suppressing them for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all the emotions came through so intensely that I didn't even know what to do with it. The only thing I did was scream. That's all I
Well,
could.
because it would release them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way.
Yeah, I
Yeah, and if
guess.
you're able to do it in the car, that's
Mhm.
perfect. I'll go to the park.
Yeah. Anyway, that was more healing for me, and I don't know if others will get a healing. This is what I've learned about star seeds. We decide to come back to Earth or to serve in Earth and at this time, or to be exposed to Earth. And when we're here, it's so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable because everything about Earth is separation.
Mhm.
And we're not used to separation in other planets,
Mhm.
galaxies, and other places. We're used to unity, we're used to oneness.
Yep.
And when we come here, we feel so lonely and so awkward and so different that we're constantly looking to the sky or looking to find home.
Mhm.
And home never comes.
Never comes. But there's certain areas, like interestingly enough, you said the water, because when I'm by the ocean, it reminds me of home.
Yeah.
Those little glimpses that remind you of home. And you're like, okay, so this is the closest to the feeling of being home, right?
Yeah. The water always reminds me of home.
Yes.
I am terrified of going in the water, but I love being around it. I don't know how that makes sense.
It actually does make sense. Question is, why are you terrified to go to the water?
That's a great question that I've been asking myself. And every time I'm like very close to finding the answer, I'm in so much pain that I'm just like, okay, back away. I'm not ready for that yet. I think that when we're ready to receive answers, to see wisdom, then we'll see it.
Yes.
If we're not ready, we're not going to see it no matter what. I think for star seeds, the only thing that I could recommend is you are home. You have to live life, choose to live. I know it's hard in this energy of separation, this intense planet. But we decided to come for a reason. Nobody forces us to come. So
You
we have
choose
to,
to be here, yeah.
yeah, we have to learn to live here. And even though most of the collective still feels separated, we know the truth. And we can live weird. We could be awkward. We could be different. We have to love and accept that part of us.
And this is a time when it's okay to be that.
Yeah.
Now,
Now it's the time to be, if you want to walk around, I don't know, talking to yourself or crying in the middle of the street, why not?
why not?
I mean, why not? It's so funny because I talked to my husband and we're having a conversation. I'm getting information. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. And my husband's just staring at me like, what's happening right there? It's like, uh, they're trying to chime in our conversation. They're giving me information. It's like, oh, did you hear that? That's part of, that's something you need to pay attention to. I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. And then my husband and I continue a conversation. It's like, what did they say?
He wants to know.
Yeah, no, but it's something that I had to be like, I don't give a shit anymore. But something that I was like super self-aware about. Like I was super self-conscious, is that how you say it? Um, about those things that make me me. I'm constantly getting information, have a conversation with anybody. I can know when people are feeling. Um, I'm still working on trying not to do that all the time
Mhm.
because it's so natural for me. But it's not okay to feel other people. It's like me going into their home uninvited and being like, "Hey, so wow,
You're
this
in the
is
shower?
nice to meet you."
Yeah.
It just it's so rude and it's not okay. It's like I'm trying not to do that where it's like, "Hey, I'm not stepping into your space here. Like
Yeah.
that's your space and this is my space and you need to stop with that. You need to stop doing that because that's not okay." It's that turning it on and turning it off when it's appropriate. But other than that, being completely fully accepting of your uniqueness,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're not hurting anyone, love yourself, man.
So what it all comes to loving yourself.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting that your husband is like, what do they say? Because I would probably be the same way. What
What
information you
happened?
get
Who
there?
told you? It's so funny because my husband is so used to it now. It's either because it's so funny because you would think that being a part of my life would be very interesting, but my husband guides sometimes tell me, don't help him.
Yes.
He needs to do this on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
And
okay.
that's hard too on your
Yeah,
part.
I'm like, okay. And then my husband's like, you need to fucking help me. I'm just like, talk to your guides, man. I can't help you. Talk to your guides. And he gets really frustrated because he thinks I'm purposefully not wanting to be a help for him. And it's not that. It's just
Mm-hmm.
telling me to back off. And I'm backing off because I'm a teacher. I'm a natural teacher. So I could lead him in the wrong direction. I could be manipulating him, leading him in the wrong direction. Of course, I don't do that consciously.
Yes, and not on purpose.
Right. And not on purpose. But for me, it's become empowered and take responsibility for your own energy, for your own worth, for your own experience. I don't care if you're my husband. Like it's time for you to take care of yourself. And that was very difficult because that means I have to take care of myself.
Mhm.
And that alone, well, we talked about it. The princess,
Mhm.
that princess mentality is like, where's my knight in shining armor? I need help. Where are my birds that are going to come and help me make a dress?
Yeah.
You have to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certain things we definitely have to do ourselves. It's funny that you say your husband does it like this, help me. And it like reminds me of my son does that. It's kind of, well, help me. I'm like, you could do it yourself. He's like, no, but it's kind of like, you have to help me kind of thing.
Right.
Like,
It's your job to help me.
like you have to. I'm like, no, you're good on your own.
Yeah.
But
But it's giving them, they have to be able to want to help themselves
yes.
and know that they're worth it. And because I can't love him the way he needs it, he could only love himself the way he
Mm-hmm.
needs it. Because I can't read his mind, even though I'm really close. I'm just kidding.
You're like, I'm almost there.
I'm almost there, but I'm not. Anyway, it was a really good session. My energy has been all over the place because I've been doing a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to the point where my soul is like, you need to take a three-day journey without reading any books, without doing any energy work, without doing anything. And that is really hard for me because I'm like, let's do something.
Like
I
time is
want to do
ticking. Time is
something.
ticking. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, sweetheart. Thank you for talking to me. I will post this as soon as we're done.
Okay. Have a good week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.